my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Strength of Thousands Adventure Path here on twitch.tv/tabletop rolls. I'm William Banner. I'm just a player tonight. Our GM for the evening is Matt, and so I am going to let Matt take over with some of the regular announcements that we do on this channel to see how you got 'em. Let's go. Let's see what you got, Matt.
Welcome to the Tabletop Rolls Twitch channel. There are many shows broadcast here on this particular channel. On Wednesdays, we have I can't even remember the name of the campaign now. It's our Wednesday stream.
The League of Amazing Adventures every Wednesday. It's our pulp adventure game.
Which, I don't know what side you guys have Will on.
I'm to your left.
Anyway, Will runs that show,
Oh,
and I'm
no.
a player along with Dear McKenna. And then on Fridays, there is the Calling Chronicle, the D&D 5e game, which Will also runs, and McKenna is also a player, and I occasionally show up to hunt for hidden devils, because they are everywhere. Constant vigilance. And then on the weekend, we have interesting kind of shuffling of shows every now and then,
Yes.
whatever strikes Will's fancy.
This Saturday, I believe we're doing our review of the not the Strength of Thousands, the Secrets of Magic.
Oh, fun.
That sounds delightful.
Talk about that this Saturday. I was going to talk about some of the dumb builds that it's allowed me to create. And yeah.
Yeah. And then Mondays we're going to have this show from now on, which will be fun. We are going to have a sort of proper character introduction, but in terms of just who our lovely players are tonight, why don't we go around and introduce ourselves, starting with our new cast members, PJ.
Hi, everyone. My name is PJ, like Matthew said. When I'm not here with these awesome people, you can find me on 20 Productions Official. We've been talking for a while, excited to do this, and I'll be playing Benji the Basenji, or a Shuni kind of change. I guess that's all I'm going to say for now. I don't know much to give away. So I just want to say I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to play Pathfinder 2e finally instead of running it. So I'm excited.
All right. Zoe?
Hi, everybody. I'm Zoe, or as I'm known on the internet, Zosie Pose, and I am completely new at all of this, but I feel like I'm in really good hands. So, I'm just excited to be here. I am playing a whisper elf bard named Ophelia, and she would like to be a pop witch idol. So, here we go. Let's do this.
Very different from a gangstar. But that's a whole other reference. McKenna.
Hello. I'm McKenna Ray Tynan. I am playing Avi, who is a Nyctera sprite witch, along with her familiar Agate. Yeah. I'm really excited about this campaign.
And
I'm excited to cast some spells and do some magic.
As you should be. And finally, our dear usual GM, William, or Will.
Whichever you prefer. Some people call me the anti-Will Wheaton.
No comment?
With the roles that you have, it's an apt...
Yes, if me and him ever, shook hands, there would be a luck singularity. People think climate change will end the world. No, it'll be me meeting Will Wheaton.
Or will you save the world?
Who knows?
Rip a tear in the space-time continuum.
But
anyway.
In all seriousness, tonight I am playing a frog! I'm playing my froggy boy!
Your dream.
Turn around, Will. Turn around and point to your froggy boy on the thing behind you.
Technically, that one.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Technically, same genus.
Oh boy. Yes, we do have a bit of a menagerie of characters, but we will get into that in game.
Yes.
Now, we are playing the Strength of Thousands adventure path, which will follow our characters as they start as initiates, newcomers to the Magambia Magic School in the Mawagi Expanse. But first, I would like to begin with a story.
But Matt, before
Yes.
we begin your story, should we roll that intro?
Please do.
And there we
Hold
go.
on.
The
That is
animation work was
awesome.
done by Matt, and all the artwork you'll see for the characters was done by McKenna.
Hello.
No, the actual characters.
Yeah.
For me, I stuck stuff in. Okay, I've now caught up and I can see the end. I like that. Turned out all right.
It looks amazing.
I really like it. The animated bits are really fun.
In 2 weeks, I'll have fixed some things.
I know.
But anyway, now that we can begin proper, I have what's called the Chapter 1 opener, which is a story from The Expanse. So, Old Mage Jhatambe was the most powerful man in the world. Wherever he went, he spread hope and light to the people around him. All the good things in the world were awed by Jhatambe and came to give him secrets. All of the foul creatures declared war on him, but Jhatambe stole their magic and banished them. In this way, Jhatambe turned a world of ash into the beautiful land we have today, filled with fish and animals, grains and palm trees, sweet yams and red soil. The foul beasts wailed as their realms of ash and terror being transformed into rich and wonderful lands, but they all feared Jhatambe. One day, a creeping bad luck spirit inched forth from the grass. It was too young and foolish to know its limits and thought, I will take vengeance on Jhatambe and laugh at his misery. The spirit crawled into the nearby village and asked where Jhatambe was, but no one could answer. It asked where were the riches of Jhatambe were, but people said they knew of none. It asked where the spouses of Jhatambe were, but the people could not name anyone he had married. It asked where the weapons of Jhatambe were, but the old man's greatest weapon had always been the knowledge he kept in his head. Frustrated, the little spirit demanded, what manner of great man can this Jhatambe be, if he has no riches, no wives, no husbands, no weapons, nor any children? Yet Jhatambe had many children, the people answered, as they showed the little spirit the great city of Nantambu, where thousands and thousands of students learned, worked, and helped each other by Jhatambe's words. The little spirit decided that if it couldn't have vengeance on Jhatambe, it would do so upon his children. The spirit listened until it found a voice that told it how to get inside. Following the voice, it crept into the city through the tiny cracks in the building's walls, so small that even an ant might have to squeeze. But Jhatambe's students caught the spirit and tossed it out like a harmless grass snake. The spirit became terribly angry at its treatment, but could do nothing on its own, and so it sought out others, like itself, to creep back inside and strike using the distractions of a celebration. But that concerns not you all one little bit, for today is an important day for all of you, having finally arrived, despite some misadventures, in the city of Nantambu and to the Magambia proper. Today is orientation day. Once you arrive on the beautiful campus, you are ushered in by some of the staff. The Magambia has a beautiful campus with massive mosaics of Jhatambe's 10 magic warriors overlooking the school's terraced gardens and the surrounding city of Nantambu. A beautiful view, only slightly spoiled at the moment by a powerful rainstorm that you guys kind of caught and missed a little bit as you were making your way to the school. You were given some towels to dry off, and your things are taken and put in a little side room for the moment, and you are led to a nice open kind of concept chamber. It's big. It's got pillars and open kind of archways that show a view of the city, and you can see the rain falling, but you're nice and covered. And a man is waiting there for you. He is a Magambian instructor. His name is Takula Ut, a human man with colorful clothing and warm eyes. And he greets you all. Let's see. He kind of rises from where he was sitting on the floor and comes up to greet you at the doorway. Welcome and a kind hello, new students. It is my pleasure to instruct you. You may call me Teacher Ott. You are embarking now on a life of study and service. We see within you all intellect, passion, and judgment. In short, the virtues to hold upon the strengths, to build upon the strengths of thousands who have come before you. We follow the footsteps of old mage Jhatambe, who showed us that the price of magic is the responsibility to better the world. And he kind of ushers you guys into the room. There is a loose circle of pillows just kind of arranged in the middle of the floor, and he takes a seat at the far end of the circle, and he seems to have some baskets and some jars with him. And he explains that it is traditional for new students, initiates at the school, to undergo a sort of interview. It's not a formal thing or anything. You guys aren't being graded. There's no chance that you will fail and be kicked out of the school. But
Do we have tenure?
Sorry?
Do we have tenure yet?
No, that's reserved.
Not as students.
No,
What?
to be fair, my young friend, you do not even have rooms yet. But he has, in addition to a few questions that he's going to space out a little bit, because there's a few of them, and I don't want to spend all this time getting all the answer at once. But he also has some interesting little tests for you. So first, he sits down. You guys can take your seats on these comfortable pillows that have been arranged in this room. The patter of rain outside gives it a very serene atmosphere. And first off, he kind of turns to each, kind of looks you very thoughtfully in the eye, and then he poses 2 questions to begin to each of you that you can answer. Whoever wants to go first. Who are you? And what most interests you? And whoever wants to speak up first can. This is very free-flowing kind of interview.
Avi raises her hand. Her little bat hand.
Certainly, my little friend.
My name is Avi, and I wanted to learn more about different types of magic. I grew up in a colony, a coven, and we learned certain types of magic, but I feel like there's more out there, and I want to learn about it.
All right. Who would like to go next?
Well, hi there. Hi there. Name's Igura. Pleasure to meet you. As you can see, I am here to learn. And I would very much... My goals and my things I want to do is I want to learn how to protect people better and, be able to be a pillar for people to hide behind when a dragon breathes on them.
Oddly specific, but admirable.
Very specific.
Hi, I'll go next. I'm Ophelia Silverdale, like my mother before me, and I want to learn different types of magic to make people happy. I fancy myself a little performer, so I like to use magic in wonderful ways to increase the happiness of my performances. So I would love to learn more magic to make my performances better, basically.
That sounds wonderful.
Hi, my name is Benji. I'm a Pasenji. We like to help humans and we protect them. Granddad, Bonjo, he said that we stole fire from the gods and we gave it to the humans, and that's why we can't bark. So I can't bark. But I came here because my village saved up all of our good boy coins so I could come and learn stage magic. Do you want to? And he fumbles and he's covered in massive pockets, and he pulls out one. He goes, "Do you want to see a card
stage
trick?"
magic? What is stage magic? Is it like?
Okay, so and he casts produce flame cantrip. You know how fire is real.
Yes.
Okay, so what if I tell you I can do a magic trick that isn't real? It's fake, but you don't know why or how. That's the whole thing about it.
Oh, so then it wouldn't be magic. It's more of like a
Show. A show.
sleight of hand, a performance.
Yeah, but it's magic. It's magic, but it's a lie, and it's amazing.
Magic with a lowercase m, perhaps.
I mean, I don't know how it's spelled. I just know that that's what it is.
I believe these all to be very admirable goals. It is obvious why you have been selected to come to the school. Good foundation. Now, we have a number of small little tests on the first day to gauge for us the level that you are currently at in terms of your magical aptitude. So, he reaches into one of the baskets by his side and he pulls out a simple white candle. And he kind of places it gently on the ground before him. And he looks at each of you in turn again and says, "Can you light this candle without flint or matches?" And I think our little friend here has already proven that he can.
I cast the light cantrip, and I don't set the candle on fire, but it does start to glow. The whole candle.
That's really fun.
Technically, that is not lighting the candle.
But it's the light cantrip. Isn't
I,
it technically a light?
The question was not to produce a light, but to light the candle.
So to set it on fire specifically.
Yes.
Those are two different things, I think.
This is true, but you will find that many times in magic, a specific result is sometimes necessary for a task to be completed. If you're needing to set off exciting explosives, light cantrip will not aid you.
Fair enough.
Now, would anyone like to try lighting the candle?
Ophelia, you or me next. Your call.
Oh, Ophelia. Yeah.
Is there a way that I can, I would like to cast my dancing lights on the top of the candle to make it look like there's a flame on there?
I should let you guys know that for anyone who doesn't have a fire-starting cantrip of any kind, a survival check will also be possible just by doing a, rubbing stick really rapidly. There are a few little sticks that are blown in on the wind nearby. It won't be as easy as a cantrip, obviously, and plus there's a lot of moisture in the air, so the sticks aren't going to be really dry, but you can attempt it.
Oh, but I would specifically like to use that.
And I should, in case, just like people can be inventive in these little tests, there is no real penalty for failing. But, it's an effort, it's an opportunity to be creative and to learn more about what you can do.
Right. Yeah, no, but especially after Avi's cute little performance, I would like to be cheeky and cast dancing lights to look like a flame on top of the candle.
Ox just kind of pokes his finger into one and tilts his head and he uses, "It's a very nice light."
The art of performance.
Is it true?
That's really great, guys. Here, let me try it out. I'd like to cast. I'll cast electric arc.
Yeah, buddy.
So you know how lighters use a spark?
Oh no.
Oh boy.
So I'm casting electric arc, targeting the top of the wick to spark the fire.
I would like to think too that because it's an arc, you're taking two of your own fingers and just holding them on either side of the wick.
Yeah.
And just letting the electricity go between your two fingers.
This makes my fingers feel tingly.
Do you know what happens when a Gripply is struck by lightning?
Not yet, but bet you if I amped this thing up, I would.
The same thing as everything else. Bazoom.
Although,
Zoom.
I mean, certain golems have a very different reaction, but I understand your meaning.
I mean, out of all of us, if we were to get struck by lightning, I would at least taste good afterwards.
I'm not sure I want to know how you know that, but...
Yeah, do you know that, actually? I know you're not interested in knowing, but we'll talk later.
Ott puts the candle out and then turns to Benji. Now, you have already shown that you can produce flame, but is it real flame?
Can I try something a little fantastical?
Certainly.
Okay. He walks up to the candle and he starts kind of like moving his hands around. He goes, okay, now look very closely at my hands. Now at my sleeve, there's nothing up my sleeves.
Are you actually wearing sleeves?
I have like a long sleeve brown shirt that I can pull
Just
it
checking.
up. And I have a very sharp blue vest.
And he goes, there's nothing up my sleeves. Okay, hold on. Keep looking at my hand.
And behind it, I'm going to try and put some like flash paper on the wick. So with a snap of my finger, the flash paper sparks. You see this giant like sizzle of like almost neon red flame in an attempt to light the wick.
As I go, voila, I have made fire.
Well, because that is paper specifically designed to make fire, I will give you a survival check, but at a much lower DC. Because
Okay,
it's
I'll take it.
rubbing sticks together.
Okay. There we go. Gotta get my character sheet so I can roll this bad boy. Survival. There it is.
First roll of the night.
There we go. Oh, that's terrible. So would a 6 get that to work?
Not exactly. Unfortunately, you're maybe a little nervous and make a big puff, but then you look down and the candle's not actually lit. And he just gives you a pat on the shoulder. Just a worthy attempt. Don't feel bad.
And then I produce flame, and I use the cantrip produce flame to light the can.
Thank you.
Everyone gets a little nervous on their first day. It's all right. But for a slightly different challenge, he reaches into a different basket, which a few of you might have noticed was wiggling a little bit. And he pulls out a tame blue quail, which he holds in his hands, and then just puts down on the ground. He collects the candle, puts it again. The quail just like looking around, perfectly at ease with all of you. He gives it a little coo. Can you get a feather from this bird without plucking one?
Oh.
Yes, this is going to be a series of interesting little mini challenges.
Hey, guys, I think I got this one. May I?
So help me if you cast electric arc on this bird.
Oh my God, no!
Just as a heads up, the checks that you can do for this, and they're not terribly bad, are diplomacy, nature or survival, or intimidation.
Well, first off, Matt, I'd like to use a cantrip on this lovely bird.
What's the cantrip?
It's called Tame. It's from the Secrets of Magic.
Oh.
Ah.
Imagine.
Yeah. And what it does is it lets me basically make an animal like me unless it succeeds on a will save. So if the bird would like to make a will save, if you have the stats for a quail.
It does not. I will just roll a d20. 7. I'm just going to say that it fails. It feels much better about you. Gives its little booty a little shake, and a little feather pops out. So technically you pass.
Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. There you go, Prof.
In excellent use of the cantrip. Well done. Who else would like to make an attempt? And I should specify, please do not harm the bird.
Oh.
I would like to.
His name is Bobo.
Bobo! Bobo, I would like to do a performance from Bobo to make friends with Bobo.
Sure.
So this would be right here. And it's this one. Okay.
You know what? That is actually higher than the DC for the diplomacy check you needed, so I will give it to you.
Okay, great.
You almost like do a bird version of snake charming, and you convince the quail to actually start dancing along with you in little birdie fashion.
Great.
Oh, that's adorable, Ophelia.
Oh, so cute.
Another little feather comes loose. Well done.
Behind my ear.
And as the youngest students may say, very on brand.
Very on brand.
I don't really know what that means fully, but I think I've got it. Who would like to try next?
Can I try maybe doing like a discern secret? To seek. I'm looking for maybe some like a feather that's about to come loose, so I'm not plucking it, but maybe.
That would be more of just a perception check.
Well, yes, but if I use this cantrip, I get a +1 to that.
Sure, because this is the
also
magic school.
divination.
Sure.
Will discern secrets become our library lore? Find out next week.
23.
Yes, yes, it will.
You, through your perception, because the bird seems to be in a pretty good mood at this point, you think your best chance would just be to try communicating with it and a diplomacy check. You think that's the best one with the lowest BC.
Well, as someone with a +0 to diplomacy, sure, I will do that since that is what my perception check told me to do. Just try to ask nicely. Yeah.
Not
It's just
quite.
a flat roll. Yeah, no, I didn't think that was gonna work.
You were very close, though.
Yeah. If I had rolled survival, I probably would have gotten it, but that's okay.
Actually, no.
Oh, and I have a +4 to survival.
Oh, well, no, if you had... Yeah, sorry. I thought you meant with that exact same number.
No. Because that's just a flat roll. I have a +0 to diplomacy.
And,
Oh, Avi, that was a good try. Here. Just, good job.
I didn't do it, though. I did a bad...
Mr. Benji.
Okay. I'm gonna roll diplomacy because I actually have a pretty halfway decent one. And I critically failed it. Why do you do
Would
this
you like
to
to
me?
use a hero point? Everyone has one hero point.
You know what? This is
We'll get a
basically-
hero point at the
Bird.
beginning of every
Hero
session.
point on bird.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, this is kind of like our sorting hat moment, so I should probably not botch this. Yeah, hero point. Why not? YOLO. Diplomacy.
There is
Oh,
actually a
there we
more
go.
sorting hat thing later, but you will not need a hero point for it.
Thank God. Okay. So this time
And
my
that is a success. You managed to do the shake, and the bird gives a little shake, and another feather comes out. So, well done.
And PJ, you just got another hero. Sorry, I'm still in character voice. PJ, you just got another hero point from our chat.
Thank you so much, Dad. I
Aw.
appreciate it.
Aww.
Shake my little curly tail as a dog.
All right. Now, this next one will be a little more unconventional. So, be sure to widen your gaze and think carefully. And he takes out, with a lot more reverence than he has done anything else, from a pouch on his side this time, a small bone, what appears to be like a human finger bone, and places it gently on the floor in front of him. Can you soothe the soul of this bone?
On the side note, Matt, you've also been given your first villain point.
Ooh.
I don't know where to write that. I'm just going to assume I have
And
unlimited ones.
also that.
Soothe the soul of this bone.
What do I roll to listen? To detect the slightest whispers of sound.
I should let you know, because this is a little unconventional, and I knew the checks you might do for this are religion, performance, or society. Admittedly, you'll have to come up with your own justification, possibly, but...
Okay. Would I still be able to listen? What do I roll to listen? Really hard.
Well, what are you trying to listen for?
Whispers of the bone, someone that's attached to said bone that could be saying something.
Well, that, I think,
Privately.
would almost be more of a religion check, rather than just listening carefully to the bone, because it may not be something you can hear with your ears.
I got real good heels. But no, we're not religious. No.
Huh.
I'm not sure if my roll 20 is caught up.
That's funny.
No, nor is mine.
No, I haven't seen the roll in roll 20 yet.
Ah.
Is it bugging out?
What did you roll?
Who?
You.
Oh, I didn't roll anything.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
That's
We
why I
were
said
so
I'm not.
confused.
I said I'm not religious, so we're
Oh,
not
well,
doing anything.
you know
We're
what,
good.
guys? Here, I'll warm it up for all of y'all.
All right.
See, back home we had this little dance we would do around corpses. It looked a little something like this. Fuck.
What did you do?
He danced too good.
No,
The girl
that's
bossed a little too close to the sun.
you
Man,
almost got double what you. No, that's not true actually. But yeah, that's a success for a funeral rite performance.
Froggy dance, froggy dance, froggy dance. Whatever does it mean? It means you've
Unconventional,
lived a
but
life.
I will take it.
Since this is a new target, may I also use Discern Secrets on this to see
Sure.
what on earth is going on? Let me know what kind of roll you want me to make.
As mentioned, it'll take a religion, performance, or society check. Essentially, this is more less about like straightforward things like high-level spells like Gentle Repose or Rest Eternal. This is more about just showing proper respect in kind of a funeral kind of way, like, you know.
Sure, yeah. Then I guess I'm going to make a society check to try
Sure.
to do this respectfully as possible. Ooh, no!
You
think
avoid
I'm
the
actually gonna use
disres.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I'm just gonna use a hero point, because
Sure.
that was a 2. I'll take
That is a
16.
success. You say some words that you know have been passed down to you through your coven that are just kind of an all-purpose, you know, may rest fine to your weary soul.
Mhm.
Very non-denominational. Mr. Benji,
All right, so
your point returned.
thank you so much.
Well, no, for McKenna.
Oh,
Oh.
God bless you, chat.
Okay, so this is my instinct because Basenjis love people. Do I get the feeling from my imprecise sense this is a human finger bone?
Sure.
Okay. So my thought is using society to kind of like brush up against it. You know how like sometimes when you're feeling kind of sad, dogs will like sense that and then run up and start like cuddling you and trying to like cuddle you to make you happy. So I'm gonna
Sure.
try and cuddle his finger bone
Are
and
you
try
being
to.
an emotional support animal for this
Finger bone.
dead bone?
I am being an emotional support stage magician for this dearly passed on human being.
Dearly departed.
Give it a shot.
That's real wholesome right there.
All right, society check. 13, not bad. I'll take it.
The sentiment is appreciated, but they were a cat person.
Aw.
Alrighty, I would like to do a performance check.
Please
I
do.
have gone through my discography, so if this goes through, I know exactly what song I'd like to sing.
Okay. That is exactly what you needed.
Hooray! So I don't know who among us knows Hades Town, but at the very end there is a song at the very end, and it just starts with pour the wine and raise a cup, drink up brothers, you know how, and spill a drop for Orpheus, wherever he is now.
And that gets you a hero point.
Oh,
Zoe
that's
said,
lovely
I
right
am
there.
a bard tonight.
Yeah.
You love the bard that goes the extra mile.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Ott looks particularly impressed with this. Like, yeah, I just personally, I appreciate that you all put the effort into that one. He gently takes the bone and places it back into his pouch. And this will be the final test. And he reaches into the basket once again. And actually, is it part of this? Oh, I missed one, but we'll go back to that. This is not the final one. But he takes out a lovely polished, kind of nice rounded river stone and places it on the ground. Can you make this stone dance by itself?
Oh, maybe.
Aha, yeah, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Can I cast Mage Hand?
Oh, I should point out that he does put emphasis when he says by itself.
Well, now what in the damn hell?
Well, I'm not saying that what your plan was wrong, McKenna. I'm just this is again another little bit of a trick question.
Huh.
I have an idea. I would like to look into my bag of tricks and cast telekinetic projectile on the rock to throw it across the room, and then say that it was doing the air slide. It's a very famous dance known far and wide. The air slide.
Okay, yeah, that and it goes flying towards actually one of the open archways. Ott just kind of points one finger in the air and it just freezes, and then he just gestures and it comes right back. Like, very good though. Perhaps watch your trajectory in previous.
Aggressiveness.
Hey, now that the stone's all the way over there, this one could hurt people if I mess it up. So I just, I'm going to. I'll cast Scatter Scree.
Oh,
It's another
Invoke a
secret to
jump-
magic cantrip. Just make the rock jiggle around.
yeah.
Hold on, let me roll the reflex save for the rock. No. I mean, if buildings can get reflex saves.
That's
Yeah,
fair. That's fair.
that also works, I guess. Though, admittedly, he's like, we'll talk about cleaning that up later.
Yeah, I'll get Gamma on that right away, sir.
Would anyone else like to try?
I will try with Mage Hand to just like spin it so that it like kind of wiggles in place, so it gets like a little spin, and then I am no longer touching it with Mage Hand.
Odd gives you a satisfied nod.
Gets a claw up from Avi.
Miss Ophelia.
Seems really extra.
I mean, no more than other people have been today.
Ha ha ha! I like
For
that.
your for your own satisfaction, that is specifically one of the spells listed that people can solve this challenge with. So, good job. And finally, the one I almost skipped by accident, he gives a little tug on his own robe, and there's a little movement suddenly under, and a little green snake pops its head out, and then just kind of coils up onto his shoulder and down his arm, and he holds it out, and it just kind of like tastes the air while looking all at you very calmly. Can you get a secret from this snake? His name is Mokubo.
Can I cast Discern Secret?
Hold on.
There's the rule of threes right there.
You know what? Because the answer to this is very interesting, I will allow this. So yeah, you go.
Ooh.
All right, now this is going to reveal sort of the answer to the question, and you will all have to pretend that you do not know this because McKenna is getting this. You discern the secrets, and you realize the patterns on the snake indicates that it was born alongside a shadow twin that watches events from the spirit world.
I motion Teacher Ott down so I can tell him that as quietly as possible because I did not prepare a message today, unfortunately.
Can I roll to hear that?
You can roll me a perception check, though that may just get you another answer because there's not just one answer to the snake. It has many secrets.
Thank you for the follow off in that TV.
My hair has many secrets.
I believe that.
You identify a hidden spike on its tail. It may not be as harmless as it appears, like many things from the forests. So that's a pass.
Benji, you got something, bud?
No, but I'm gonna try.
I want to use my sniffer and see if I can't smell something dangerous or unusual, because it's a snake and I'm a dog and nature.
Snake.
So I guess that's perception, which I wish was better, but I am smart. I am not wise.
Maybe it could be a nature check?
That might not be any better.
Or even a medicine check, maybe.
Nature.
I think they all are kind of bad for me, but you know what? Let's
Or a survival check?
Survival check actually has a +3 in it, so let me try that out. Sure.
If you can creatively spin it, I may give it to you.
Okay. How about this?
Okay.
As Basenjis, the Shunies of the Magambia area, we constantly go out with humans on hunts, on tracking, on so much of the culture of finding, gathering, and hunting. So I would imagine just growing up in a society that has hand in hand helped human beings to live in this continent, that we would have similar knowledge of the beasts that are within. Actually, really fast. Is this a jungle or just think a jungle creature? Because I can also roll lore jungle as well.
Sure.
Sure. All right. How do I make just a lore jungle check?
Just click the lore button, I think.
Find that lore button.
It's at the very bottom.
That might be why I don't see it.
Very, very bottom, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, okay. It's being weird, but we'll figure that out. Oh, there we go. So add 3 to that because it didn't take into account my intelligence modifiers. So that should be about a 13.
Nice.
You know what? That'll be enough. Yeah, you discern sort of the same thing that Zoe did. That you recall in having previous encounters with this, that despite its kind of somewhat plain and non-threatening kind of appearance, it does have a hidden spiked tail. So that can be at times dangerous if they are riled.
Okay.
So,
As I smell it, sniff it, my ears kind of dock up, and I just kind of bristle a bit, and I step back.
Hey, Professor.
yeah.
Is this here your familiar or a pet?
Pet, friend.
All right. I'm going to try something here. And then I'll switch to Sylvan. Do you happen to speak Sylvan, little snake?
It kind of tilts its head at you and...
All right, I'll take that as a no. Okay. All right, here. I got one. This one worked real well back home for us. I'm going to cast Bullhorn on myself.
No.
That was my voice to just be heard within 500 feet, concentrating it all towards the snake. And you'll just hear him say, "Tell me your secrets."
I want to note that this is not a jarring or distracting voice. It's just loud.
Yeah.
The snake kind of rears back a little bit, and it does brandish its pointy tail, and Ott kind of soothes it a little bit and says, "We'll work on subtlety."
That's how we did it back home.
All right.
Did you know?
Well, I am pleased to say we have seen creative solutions to several of the problems. I find there'll be some interesting and new perspectives here in this group. Before we usher you off to your lodgings, I wanted to say both congratulations on arriving at the Magambia and for completing some, if not all, of these tests. I do have one final choice for you all to make. And he kind of traces some magic glyphs in the air. And he says, "You see 6 symbols before you. Which do you choose?" And the symbols you see are a flickering candle, a balanced scales, a multi-pronged key, pursed lips, open hand with a eye in the palm, and a running hourglass. And they are all kind of just suspended in air, made of like just glowing lines. Though they do seem slightly animated too, like the running hourglass is actually running a little bit, little sparkles. And you guys just get to pick one. There is no wrong answer here.
Relate to the different branches of the school?
Not really. And I'm just gonna go around. Will, which one do you choose?
Okay. Can we, so there was
Run
a
through it one
flickering
more time.
hourglass.
Thinking.
Pardon me.
too much.
There's a flickering candle, balanced scales, multi-pronged key, pursed lips, open hand with an eye in the palm, and a running hourglass.
I think I'm going to grab that hourglass. That's about my type of speed, eh?
I'm going to attempt to put this in the chat here just so people can not have to remember all that. I just have to delete the parts that are meant for me to know.
Yeah, I'll take the hourglass. That sounds good to me.
All right, let's see. This should work.
His head has not stopped bobbing this entire time. It's just been in a constant nod.
Oh, I'm still in GM chat.
No,
okay, I
it's
can
just
still
showing
see
you as
it.
GM on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Because you're the GM.
I am. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Alright.
So you're going to go with the hourglass, you said?
Yeah, it's not quite time to tip the scales.
Oh boy. Mr. Benji.
Pardon me. I'm gonna go with let's see. Benji's eyes kind of go wide and his hands hovering as he eventually settles on the multi-pronged key.
Okay. Zoe.
So Ophelia kind of just goes up and like kisses the lips.
Okay. Avi.
To clarify, are we all picking different ones, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter.
Then I think I will also go for the multi-pronged key.
All right. So that means we have two multi-pronged keys, a hourglass, and a pursed lips. All right. So, multi-pronged key. You may add Mage Hand as a arcane innate spell to your spell book. You may already have it, but
That's a
it's innate now. The pursed lips, you gain Message as an arcane innate spell. Let's see. Just making sure that they didn't really provide for if it's a duplicate. And for the hourglass, you gain Stabilize as a primal innate spell.
Oh, well, look at that. That's nice.
All right.
I'm
Alrighty.
curious, if you don't mind, what would the scale give?
The scales guidance.
Ooh, guidance
And
there.
the eye?
Shield.
Interesting. Very
Ah.
interesting.
Sorry about that,
Um,
chat. I had to refresh because my page wouldn't load. Because I keep my Gripply tabbed out on a separate tab so I can see him easily. But then the drag and drop doesn't work sometimes.
I have a few more questions for everyone, including the most important final question, but two more, just sort of general entry questions. What do you seek at the Magambia? And once you have achieved what you seek, what goals do you wish to achieve? And apparently these are different questions, though they are very similar. There is another one, but just considering how we've kind of constructed our characters, it's not particularly relevant.
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm here in the pursuit of information, but that's not really a goal I ever see being achieved to completion. I think that is something that you just keep on doing because there's an infinite amount of information in the world, right? So I guess passing it along to more people then would be the next step.
That is a fair answer.
Going along with that, I would say yes. Traveling and taking that knowledge that I learned here to others would be a wonderful goal, I think.
Of the gentleman?
After you, Benji.
Oh. Well, I want to be a really great stage magician, and I want to make people wonder again, you know? Cuz like we all have spells and magic is real. But when magic becomes real, like what's left, you know? What do you have when fireball hurts and lightning is fast and healing stops the sick from dying? What do you got after that? So I want to show the world that sometimes believing in something that's fake, that's a lie, can sometimes make things a little brighter and a little better.
An interesting perspective.
Thank you. Sorry, I got excited.
Oh, that was real nice, Benji.
And yourself?
Oh, right, yeah. I just want to protect people. I don't know, that's my goal. I want to get stronger so I can protect the expanse and the people that live here. You know, just be helpful and protect. That's my goal.
Will, the aspiring shonen protagonist.
What can I say?
All right, and then he has a final question, which is a little lengthy, so I will read this out here. At the Magambia, we seek to understand our differences. Where others might dismiss a trait as irrelevant or troublesome, we understand that the things that make us unique in life are key to who we are as people. And it is who we are as people that defines our magic. Sometimes it is things that are different about us, things that society has taught us to hate, that show what our talent may be. To the north, people say that children with white or red hair have strong potential for magic. Here in Jhatambe, we recognize that left-handed people are skilled at undoing spells. One student of mine is terrified of butterflies, even though he considers it ridiculous. Yet, in exchange for this fear of fluttering whimsy, he has one of the most orderly minds for games of strategy that I've ever seen. Sometimes we do not understand our magic, and that lack of understanding causes pain. People who are uncomfortable in their own skin are incredible shape changers, but often feel unsettled until they recognize the shape they were meant to be. Those who feel an urge to jump from high places often become frightened of themselves, but are simply channeling the untrained will to fly. Sometimes our talents are not revealed by happy means. His face becomes a little somber for a moment and he pauses, but he continues. One student here had a family who had her life planned out from birth to death, punishing her when she deviated the slightest bit. She only found freedom in the thought of her grave, and as a result, the dead began to speak to her. Here, she has the freedom to choose her own path, but her necromancy remains strong. You don't have to share, but I want you to ask yourselves, what about you defines you, even if others don't notice it? Is there something inside you that pulls at you, perhaps defying rational explanation? Thus, I return to my first question. Who are you, and how can that person best be guided to grow? You don't have to answer, but if you feel you wish to share with the group or with me, this is a safe space, and I would love to earn your trust in this capacity, and we'll find a way to help you with your concerns.
Avi, as she did at the beginning, raises one little bat hand and says, I suppose maybe my biggest challenge is I don't know exactly where the source of my magic is. I think perhaps that is maybe the biggest arcane secret that I am aware of. So I might need help with that. And I think that might be a fairly defining feature of my time here at this school.
Well, I would like to think I speak for all the teachers and the staff here at the school, and likely many of the students, but we're more than happy to help. That is our purpose.
Thanks for the follow, Tefling Bard.
Who are you talking?
So excellent username.
They are popular. If no one else wishes to share, that's fine.
Anyone
He
else?
reaches.
No? Okay,
No
well, hi there. I made my friend here, and then I'll summon Gamma out at this point. Because I was, real lonely at home. You know, you grow up in a small community of people that never really, let you be around yourself, but they never really be around you. You tend to start wishing for a friend, so I made a friend. Yeah, he made me. And then, they started liking us now that I had this friend who could, smack things really hard. They had us smacking things for him for a while, and then I found out that maybe we weren't smacking the right things. And yeah, that's me. Trying to make the best out of a situation that was good, then bad, and hopefully now good again.
Thank you for sharing.
You know, when you were part of a cult, it's usually best to get that out in the beginning of the friendship.
Oh, so you weren't just talking about a friendly family.
Oh, we were a cult. At least that's what I think. All right, Gamma. Yeah, you guys were a cult. Yeah, see, he knows what's going on.
Oh.
A lot to unpack.
Okay.
I have a lot to unpack too, but I
Only
get there eventually.
You only have to share what you are comfortable with. And it doesn't have to be today. Seeing that this conversation has kind of ended, he reaches into his robes and he pulls out a small leather bag, and from it he pulls a yellow and blue bead made of nice durable glass, and he has a pair for each of you. He explains that you are expected to wear a string of beads at all times to identify yourselves as initiates of the school. Both to let people know they represent the school, as well to identify them as initiates should they cause trouble. He asks each of you to incorporate this bead in their string, as it shows his role as a teacher, and as the teacher who has admitted him. If they don't yet have a string of beads, or even know that's a requirement, he explains it to them and asks them to start their string with the beads he has given you. The group interview has been complete, essentially, so he is going to direct you to the Spire Dormitory, where you will stay while you're students here at the school. All right, and that is not relevant, so we're moving on to the next section. So let me get my thing here so I can read this a lot easier. All right. He gives you a kind of a general direction, sort of a little ways across the campus. It is raining, so you kind of, if you have any concern about avoiding the rain with your bags and stuff, you kind of run from overhang to overhang. Oh, you know what? I am going to change the map to the map of the campus.
Oh,
just so you guys can take a look at this.
Let me swap over to our map view. Oh, there's my character sheet.
Spicy.
There you go.
Look at that.
Aww.
Now remember, Matt, you got a drag and drop
Pretty.
player bookmark as well.
I think so. I have done so. Now if I can just get rid of the gray thing on my screen.
Oh, it's because I'm not in. Yeah.
There we go.
Refocus.
I think I had to click on it once I grabbed the bookmark.
Pretty.
Well, that's a lovely little campus.
Yeah, so you guys are heading to the Spire Dormitory, which is sort of down in the lower right-hand corner, just a little ways from the dining hall, which is nice for student housing. When you guys approach the dormitory, and it does have sort of a sign on it to indicate that it's the Spire Dormitory, because there are a number of them here. You see a figure kind of seemingly waiting for you guys. She has an umbrella out, a nice silk umbrella reinforced with dry reeds. Said, "Oh, you're the new students. You'll be rooming with us in the Spire Dormitory. I'm Izzy Dejana. Come in. I'll show you the place." She gestures with her umbrella towards the door, and takes a few steps back to get under a dry overhang.
Matt, do I get the feeling this is another student?
Yes, it is very much another student. You can see an obvious string of beads.
Pleasure to meet you, Sen.
Oh, it's wonderful to meet you, though. We should probably get out of the rain if we want to do introductions.
See Avi trying to catch up as fast as her little bat legs will take her.
As you guys get really close, you do happen to see two additional figures. They're kind of like sitting back to back very lazily under the eaves of the dormitory. One of them is a catfolk. He's got a sliced and sticky mango just lying on a cloth in his chest as he's kind of like just lazily cutting it up with a small knife and is just popping little bits into his mouth. He looks up from licking juice off his fingers or paws, and he smiles a big smile. "Care for some mango?" he says.
Yes, please.
Or if you'd prefer something to cheer you up from the rain, I have some wine brewing back in my room. And
I like you.
Essie kind of, tut-tuts at him like, "Don't offer them your moonshine. This is Shizere. Don't become a slacker like him.
And I can show them Shisari, by the way.
Ooh.
There's Shisari.
And just the other figure sitting in with just a pale looking human woman with long kind of white hair covering one of her eyes, and she kind of smiles at you guys in the very lazy smile of someone who is very tired or a little inebriated, and she says nothing.
I
Don't
think
bother
you
looking.
and me are going to get along real fine. Hand out to the cat, shaking hands.
And he kind of scoffs at Ezzy's. I don't need to study. Arans have the best magic. Everyone says so. Ezzy here is trying to run the entire school, even playing teacher for new students. That looks like. Corriday told me to get them settled. It said that handling the new students was our job. Do we look like attendants to her? Not yet, we aren't. And he goes back to just peeling his mango.
Avi's eyes have not left the mango since she spotted it.
He kind of gently tosses you a few small pieces.
She catches it with her little bat hands and just
Yeah.
shoves her whole face in it.
As he just kind of shakes her head disapprovingly and ushers you guys into the building proper, she notes to you that in addition to sharing a living space, you all have chosen to become a cohort, essentially. Cohorts at the Magambia are initiative groups that share the same class schedule and Percocite work schedule. Now, the Percocites, you guys will probably have been informed of this ahead, are sort of like your work study / community service kind of stuff you're going to be doing, because in addition to learning magic, you're going to be learning practical applications for it while helping out in the community. This is a big part of Magambia's kind of ethos, community service.
We're in the hero course.
You guys are sort of in the hero course, yes. Though also possibly the scholar course or the philosophy course. You know.
Wait, My Gambia Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh boy.
Look at that.
You had to know that was coming up sooner or later, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Of course.
Now, I am going to now quickly switch to a map of the dormitory itself,
Alrighty.
just so you guys can get a feel for what it looks like. Oh, does it have dynamic lighting?
Maybe
Oh, I
not
think
this
so.
one. If there's no, fights, probably not.
Are we gonna have a dorm brawl?
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you
Community is
guys, you
prepared for
can
this.
see what's going on my screen. Okay.
Oh,
All
me?
right. So, let's just see where the notes for this when we start up. In addition to who you've met already, Shazare and Essie, a couple other students are currently occupying the dome. There is Ignacy Canteller and Anchor Root. Ignacy greets you all with a charming manner that seems as polished and rehearsed as her smile. As soon as is polite to do so in conversation, he mentions that he sells alchemic items for a reasonable fee to recoup time and expenses. He also mentions that dorms hold a weekly game night that you are all invited to attend. As you're saying this, a little what's the expert? Oh, the type. A tiny little knoll runs by.
Aunt Noel.
Yes, she is leading a fluffy chicken around by a stick, and the chicken appears to be hunting ants that she seems to be urging it to try and clear out. When she sees you guys, she squeaks in horror and tries to avoid notice by hiding behind a piece of furniture. But it's, like a bear hiding behind a tiny tree, and so you can obviously see her.
It's nice to meet you, ma'am.
Is that your familiar by any chance?
Maybe.
I push Agate out in front of me and wave a little.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Oh, this is gonna be so bad.
I think you have a hero point if you really want to make a good impression.
I sure do. Okay, a 14. I am probably not going to roll any better than that.
You know what?
So I'll take it.
Because you are small and not intimidating, I'm gonna give you this. She says a few little words in greeting, and even says, like specifically kind of whispers to you because you seem like a fellow tiny person.
I am a fellow tiny person.
If you want, sometime I can show you my collection of pet fruit beetles.
Oh!
And then she scampers off with her chicken in arms.
I didn't get your. I didn't get your name.
Oh, that's Anchor Root. She's
Anchor Root.
delicate. Yes. Picture of her.
Oh.
She's very cute.
Be warned, you have the opportunity to send her crying to her room for an entire day if you miss
Oh, that's her.
I've heard about this. Yeah.
Also,
that's going to be Shad's goal.
No!
Yeah, if you are mean to her, I will punish you.
I want to be friends with the
I
want to
be your best fucking friend. I want to be your best fucking friend.
You'd be surprised how many characters in the first part of this adventure path are so kind of like, oh god, I want to protect them.
Yes, it doesn't surprise me.
Sometimes in very unexpected places, but that's spoilers.
Well, if I see Anchor Root again, I'm gonna try and do some magic to calm her down a little bit and be like,
Oh,
Hey, you
God.
want to see a card trick?
All right, so
that.
just to give you guys a kind of, you guys can see the map, right?
Nope.
I can only see it when I look at the playback on Twitch. Unfortunately, I can't see it.
That's not good.
What?
It's all
Hold
black
on.
for us.
Did I mess something up? Let's find out this week on... No, you guys should be able to see.
It just took a long time for it to load.
Like, I can see my character token, and everything else is just the abyss.
Oh, you're right. No, you are right. Everything else
I
is
can't
the
even-
abyss.
Okay, did that solve it?
Try and refresh and see if anything changes.
Or does this solve it?
We got a really nice hallway.
No, I can't even see the character tokens, actually.
Oh my goodness. I thought we had fixed all of this. Sad face. I apologize, everyone. Dynamic lighting is a difficult thing to figure out.
Well, I'm just going to run down a number of the features that you're kind of shown around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. First off, there's the soaring spire. It looks identical to other three around the dormitory. It's a narrow pillar of stone that tapers to a blunt point 50 feet above the ground. However, a strange gravitational anomaly surrounds the spire. You feel almost lighter on your feet when you're around it. There's the common room. It's decorated with colorful and intricate mosaics on the walls and floors. It has a number of plush couches for students to relax, socialize with one another, or simply take a quick nap. Someone has left some stuff lying around, and Essie immediately tries to pick it up, and she seems embarrassed to be showing you this to you guys when there's still mess. There is a bath in the west part of the building, which magic keeps the water fresh and warm. The antechamber to the south serves as a washing and changing room, but has informally been turned into a laundry. There are piles and piles of laundry here. There are two washrooms that contain toilets, mirrors, and wash basins for students to fresh up. Okay. Anchor Root's room, which there seems to be some dried chicken droppings outside of it, but the door is firmly closed. Essie's room, Okoro's room, Shizare's room, a few other rooms are pointed out as Miriama's room, which used to belong to a student named Hybrim, but apparently there was some failures in bets that caused some rooms to change hands.
Matt,
yes?
if you can do me a favor, you can actually select our tokens and drag and drop them around the map. If you want to drop them from the rooms that we're referring to as we go, that could help out a lot.
Hold on, let me get back onto the token layer. Can I grab everyone's at once?
Yeah, just hover over it with drag and drop a box. Or if you tell me where to put them, I can do that too.
Well,
Cool.
Wish I could just post a picture of this. Hold on a sec. Do I have a map?
Oh, there you go.
What if I do this? I don't know if people can see this. Well, then I can't read.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna read some of the descriptions. Admittedly, I'm leaving out some things because you're not going into these people's rooms.
Yeah.
There is Noxalu's room, and there are 6 rooms available. Each is neatly made up and ready for someone to move into. Upon each bed, you all find a scrap of yellow cloth folded along a sunburst-shaped glass bead to add to the string of the beads you wear. So be sure to note that down, that in addition to the yellow and the blue bead, you now have a sunburst-shaped glass bead.
That's nice.
There is a east bath, which is kept slightly cooler than the west bath, and it is this large bath seems less used for the residents, as does the laundry room to the south, so it's not as used often. It has a few heaps of clothes that have been here for a while, it seems, but no one seems to be claiming them. You will get at some point a chance to just explore this place if you want. There might be things to find, there might be people to meet. It's a little unclear exactly how that progresses, whether or not I should just let you guys run rampant through here. There is on one of the walls, just making sure there is a well-rendered drawing of the black and white mask of Nephis, god of magic, adorning the wall at the end of the hall. The words, "All-seeing solution, pay in light, let the darkness show wisdom," is inked onto the wall next to the mask.
Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
All right. And actually, while you guys are this, point out to you, can some people are free to give me a Arcana or Perception check?
Absolutely, Arcana check.
Yeah, absolutely, Arcana check.
Oh, you know what? I'll take a look around with my eyes.
All right.
Froggy eyeballs.
Froggy eyeballs.
Or not.
What'd you get, Will?
I do not know. Roll20 is not wanting to load for me.
Man, I am straight up tired of these crit fails, man. They are not pleasant.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
All right. But let me see. Ophelia, you actually do notice something. You notice there is actually, like, next to the mask, there's like a little slot for like coins in the wall next to it.
Do I have any coins? Can I put a coin in there?
Yeah, you got like a couple copper pieces here and there.
I want to put a copy piece in that little hole there.
All right, so there is a 1 in 10 chance that the result of this will be different. So I'm just gonna roll a D10 for you. Oh, that was a 1D0.
That
Sorry.
was a D0. What would a D0 look like?
That's
that.
It's a one-dimensional thing. It's a line. So a little bit of paper comes out of the mask, and you can rip it off if you like.
Sure, I do that.
It says, "Your penmanship leaves something to be desired."
I
take great offense to that.
Do you point that coin slot out to us, Ho?
I would like to put another coin in first.
Okay. Do you want to try rolling a D10 yourself this time? So it's \R space D10 in the chat in the Roll20.
You can also just there's a little drop.
Yeah, or there's the dice. D10 is a normal.
Oh, that's so much easier.
Yeah.
An 8. Your shoes are so last season.
I'm assuming in
It's
character
like the
we
opposite of a compliment cookie.
What
Well,
is a
fortune
compliment
cookie.
cookie?
Well, you know, they call them fortune cookies, but really it just gives you some vague little compliment.
Oh, those are from Tien, I think.
Something like that.
I think there's a restaurant in town that gives those with meals, though they're often a lot nicer.
I gotta try this out.
Though some of them are kind of odd. I got one that said that your passion will rise with your new hair soap.
Huh.
It was very strange.
Yeah, I'll drop a coin in.
Yeah, put a
See
coin
what
in
we
here.
All right, roll me a d10 roll. 8. It says you should get more sunlight.
I mean, I have been told I need to touch some grass before.
Oh, well. I'm gonna try popping a silver piece in there if it makes a difference between silver pieces and copper
You can
pieces.
certainly give it a try.
Yeah.
Ride the cyclone.
Roll a d10, right?
Yep.
A 6.
Piece of paper comes out. Hold on. You should really get that looked at. Oh, sorry, McKenna, I lost your audio.
Oh, and I was
you're back.
speaking very, very quietly. I just said, get what looked at.
Will, did you put something in the slot?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Actually, Will, you turn your piece of paper just over absently. And in very different handwriting on the back of your piece of paper, there's scrawled, "You have forgotten something."
Take a look in the mouth of the mask where the paper came out.
Nothing really there. It appears like this. You do notice that this appears to be sort of like a little magic machine. There's not like a spool of paper behind it.
Oh man.
Does anyone else want to put anything in?
Yeah, could I put in a copper? I'm getting the vibe that the niceness of the machine is not currency. All right, I'm gonna put in a copper.
Roll me a d10.
Got a 7.
It just says, "You don't smell very good when wet, huh?"
I'm like, oh, it's like it knows me.
Should I get looked at? Should I get this looked at?
I like hold the piece of paper to like Benji or Ophelia. Like I'll just kind of like.
I wonder where. Hey, Miss Guide.
Essie.
Essie, sorry,
like,
I'm real bad.
It
with
does
names.
occasionally give compliments, but it's exceedingly rare.
Oh man,
A
that
few
seems like
people have
fun.
wasted quite a bit of their stipend trying.
I turn down the hallway, and I'm going to yell back at Shiziri.
Yeah, she's a ray.
I'm going to yell back at Shiziri. Take a shot every time you get an insult. You're welcome.
We tried that once. We almost died.
So what I'm hearing is eventually we're gonna have a raging kegger in this dorm.
It
'cause
sounds
that's
like a
what
good
that's-
time to me.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
There is also something they point out, though they don't go outside for this, that, here we go, Will. There is a deep pond outside the Spire Dormitory that's collectively known as the Frog Pond. One of the students is convinced that the frogs in the pool are enchanted and deliberately jump on her, but that is yet to be proven.
Oh, which student's that, Essie? I got a real good prank.
Mariama.
Mariama.
You guys have not run into yet, though you are told that they are the one who lost their room
Ooh.
in a bet.
Oh.
She sounds like she's having a bad time already.
Yeah. If you see a large monitor lizard lazing about, it's her familiar. Just leave it alone.
Oh, that's
It likes to follow the sun.
Oh.
Crazy.
It's a big
Which-
monitor lizard.
How much you want to bet Mariama got the room with like the spider webs on it?
Actually, as he specifically tells you, that room beyond belongs to Tiziniwi, and she has the largest room because she has her two children on campus with her.
Oh.
So don't open the door. We don't want them necessarily getting out and causing mischief or anything. And she gets awfully worried if they're not there when she comes back from her classes.
Stiff.
That's what she looks like.
Oh, awesome. Anyway.
All right. So basically, at this point, you were just given time to settle into one of the unoccupied rooms. So you guys can get set up, and if you want, you can explore around the dormitory if you want. There might be things to find. There might be people to meet. It's entirely up to you. I'm a little reluctant to get into the big next part.
Of course.
But there's a fair amount of stuff to see around the campus.
Can I, when we're choosing rooms, see where Anchor Root scampered off to and try to pick a room that is close to hers?
Let me just check. Anchor Root's room is A5. So, where is A5?
It's over here.
A5. Oh, A5 is off in a corner, and so that is not really near any of the available rooms. The available rooms are sort of. Oh,
Matt, which rooms are available?
Where are
I can
they?
mark them.
Yeah.
The available rooms are A14. So that means where's
This one?
A14?
Oh, over to the right.
Oh,
Oh, it has
there's
a pink rug. Oh,
There
that one.
are
That
there's
one.
there's the 4 ones at the bottom on the right there, and then 2 to the north of them.
Yeah.
They all do apparently come with lovely colored carpets.
Anything
the
with a
one that has
blue
the pink
box going
carpet.
through the door is a room available to us.
Yes. So yeah.
So it sounded like
A4.
Zoe was calling dibs, not dubs, on the one with the pink carpet. Would that be the multicolored one? The one? Oh, it's A12 I'm looking at.
It's the
Where's
A14 up with the red bed.
Okay.
There looks like there are several rooms labeled A14.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one right
Because
here.
they're all available.
There's one up here.
Oh, I
If-
don't think those doors are
Through
open
the
for
door.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
to actually go through them.
this is why
Yeah. I think the dynamic lighting on this map is making things a little chuggy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Some of the doors.
dynamic lighting is difficult to deal with.
Yeah, some of the doors may also be. I forgot what it's called, but when you can't open them, like you can't move your token in there.
Yeah.
Yes, that is exactly.
Some of those doors are
Locked?
closed.
Some of those doors are closed on the dynamic lighting layer. I can confirm.
Yeah, there's a feature in the. God damn it! There's a feature in some of the Roll20. There's a features of the Roll20s where players are not allowed to move their tokens through doorways. If I think if dynamic lighting is a thing.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
God, that's my I'm doing my best for the night. What's it called when you can't go into a door? Oh, is it closed, PJ? Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, like I can move people through doors as we need to. So here, let's do a quick tour of the rooms that are available to us. Where am I? Where is Avi?
I really like this one.
The Avi.
There's Avi. So here's one of the
Avi's
rooms we
over
have
by
available
the
to us.
one with the.
I just want to make sure that my room is the furthest away from Mikura.
Here's our second room that we have available to us.
Ooh, does that have a window?
Yes, that is a window.
Oh, snap! Window room. I might have to go.
Here's
mean-
the third room that we have available to us.
Yeah, 3 of the available rooms do have windows.
Fourth room that we have available.
That looks out, I think, onto the frog pond.
Yep, that's
Hmm.
I think
Just-
the frog boy should.
just
get that
saying
one.
now. It's going to be
Yeah.
mine. We have this room right here. And then
What
we
is-
have this
What
room
is this unusual thing here?
right
Which
here.
thing?
Looked like a bundle of sticks or something in the last room.
I think it's just meant to be like a chest,
Oh, okay.
like
got
a
it.
storage thing for students.
Got it. Got it.
I think I'd like to take the room with the yellow carpet, specifically because it doesn't have any windows, and Avi is nocturnal by nature,
All right.
and
So
is
this
essentially doing midnight shifts
Poor
for the
thing.
school during the day. But if she has an opportunity to nap during the day, it would be nice to not have windows.
I will likely off stream post a map of this, at least the section of the dormitories where all the rooms are, and we can quite literally point and pick. So
I would
make
like
sure.
to claim the one with the frog pond view, if that is all right with
Yes.
all of y'all.
Sure,
course.
absolutely. Can I get? I definitely would prefer one with a window if I could.
You want
Hold
the
on.
one next to that one, like the one that kind of looks out onto the front entrance?
There's
I
that
think,
one.
yeah, I think that's the one.
And there's the one you're in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one I was in was also nice, but this one,
The one with the bundle.
the one with the bundle.
Bundle,
Yeah.
mysterious bundle. Is it
That could be
sticks for a
anything in
good boy? Is it sticks for a good boy?
It is it sticks for a
It
good
could
boy?
be a boat. We've always wanted a boat.
You know how much we've always wanted a boat, Lois. Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Also,
God.
out of curiosity, this is a walkway. Are people going to be walking around this walkway?
Probably.
Because I'm going to bark at them. I'm going to bark at all of them.
Bark. Bark, 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 bark.
Oh no.
I thought you
But
said
I'm
you
gonna do
couldn't
it.
bark.
I'm gonna do it like as a person because I can. Yeah, yodel. So it's gonna be like, hey, how's it going? How's school? Hey, you want to see a magic trick? Hi, my name's Benji. Hi, my name's Benji. Get away from my house. Hi.
Squirrel. Two other points of interest that Essie immediately make sure that you guys are aware of before you really get started settling are around campus the dining hall and the student supply store, which she, before the day's out, does urge you to visit. It's affectionately named, though she kind of seems to frown on nicknames, is the powder pile.
The powder pile.
Mostly because they do sell a lot of magical powders there.
Oh,
And
that sounds a little interesting.
And Zokan, the gentleman who runs it, can be a little brusque, but don't hold it against him. He takes his job seriously.
Well then, let's go to the student store. I'm curious to see what this magic dust is all about.
Powder
Okay.
pile? Sure.
Oh, yeah, you guys
Powder
can
puffs.
store your clothes, and she also, Essie also volunteers to get anything you have that's wet that needs to be hung up drying. Oh,
I think
sorry.
I can. I think I can prestidigitate most of the water off of my clothes.
That's true. So you guys want to check out the student store?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Just to get this off the screen, and we'll leave the dormitory map up there. I'm just going to read from my handy dandy book here. Let's see. You arrive at the powder pile, and for a moment, you guys kind of walk up to the front desk, and you can see in the back there's like all sorts of like sealed pots and boxes and a few chests of drawers and the like. For the moment, it seems like no one's there, and then a little scaly head pops up from behind the counter, and it appears to be a somewhat middle-aged, though age is a little hard to tell with kobolds sometime, kobold. And he says, hello, new students?
Yes, you are Zokan, right?
Yes. New students, one moment. And he goes back under the counter, and he gives each of you, comes back up, a small lump of clay. And he demands that you roll it into a bead and return it to him for collection.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Also, one moment, and he goes under the counter and pulls out some identical little bundles that are wrapped up in kind of brown paper and string, a few of his favorite things. And he gives you your basic school supplies, such as parchment, quills, and ink. And separate from it, because he doesn't want this getting lost or anything, he gives you a small, tightly bound leather pouch. And upon opening it, you inspect it, and it is 40 gold pieces. And this
I don't
is
think
your
I've ever been to a store where they give
well,
me money.
this is your initial stipend of gold from the school. Now, keep in mind, this is essentially what you will be living on.
Yeah.
Listen, you can live real well off of 46 gold.
Yeah, he explains that so long as your students in good standing, they receive basic school supplies and 4 gold pieces at the start of every month. So this is going to have to last you until at least the start of the next month where you get the next 4 gold pieces, assuming you're not all a bunch of miscreants and screw-ups.
Sorry, so did you say 4 or 40?
You start with 40 gold pieces because
Okay.
you may want to buy things for your room and get settled and buy new clothes. Kind of looks at Will a little bit.
All right. Well, thank you.
Hold on. I'm just reading this. Okay. Oh, he gives you then your because we've lost PJ.
Uh-oh.
Chat.
Gadio.
Oh, goodness
No,
gracious.
PJ's completely gone out of the call. I'm sorry, chat. The Zoom overlay is going to be messed up for a moment.
Blip bloop.
As the
I am
interwebs have
half
apparently
Benji.
shut down on PJ.
Oh.
These things happen.
But,
Yes.
Matt, whilst we are at the store, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
What level of items do they have up to?
His store sells many common items that heroes might need. All adventuring gear, alchemic items, held items, and worn items up to 3rd level. Oils, potions, scrolls, and wands up to 5th level, and staves up to 6th level. He can also recommend, he points to this board where he's got little bits of paper pinned up. He can recommend merchants in Nantambu for other common items that students might need. He also notes that the store pays a finder's fee for items of interest to Magambia. So if you find things during your assignments or if you just on your downtime and you don't want them or whatever, you can bring them here and we'll pay you a nice little fee for it.
All right. Well,
also important, we open 2 hours before lunch and we close at sunset. If you show up 2 minutes late, I will not help you.
all right.
That's
Then.
fair.
We have rules and they are important.
Well, as much as I want to spend the gold we were just given, I think PJ's internet has gone out, so
Yeah.
this could be a good time for us to
Yeah.
call it for the first episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
We're a little bit early tonight, but that's okay. So everyone,
Oh,
oh,
he's saying he.
it's
he'll be
back.
back
Never
in, but-
mind.
Well,
I
it
was
might
about to
still be a
say.
good spot.
This might still be a good spot.
We can do a little
I'm just gonna
shopping,
hold on to
it's
my-
We
fine.
need the extra time to work on our beads, okay? You know,
Yeah.
I've got big plans for mine.
So are we...
Hold on. I don't want to make sure you guys have the right impression about the beads. Give me a quick second.
Mine's gonna have sparkles in it.
Yes, point of clarification. Are the clay beads that we get back, or does the store owner keep them for one for each student?
The clay beads you are to return to him.
Yeah.
There might be something else, but I'm not telling you at the moment.
Ooh.
I figured that was the way he took tabs on everybody that came through. Right?
There's actually, I think there's going to be a lot of beads you guys collect, and they all are uniquely shaped. So be sure whenever I tell you receive a bead to record it.
That's good to
The
know.
beads I'm
Yes.
recording and where I got them.
Yeah, I've definitely
that's
tried
good.
so
I should do
far
that too.
to do that. Like I've definitely got that with you said you've got a sunburst bead when we went into the dorms.
Yes. I think that specifically might be a sign that you are of a specific cohort you guys have joined.
Dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's your team bead.
You guys were our own mini cult.
There are no
Oh.
religious overtones. You are
No.
a study group.
Yes.
And
Guys, we're more than a study group. We're a community.
Ha!
And
Yeah,
part of
so
a
time and again.
and part of a greater
And,
community.
how
But we'll get to
run out
that.
of steam.
All right, but everyone, thank you so much for coming out to tonight's session. It was our first one of the Strength of Thousands. And next week, next Monday, we'll be back with episode 2 as we continue to explore the school and discover what's going to be going on. We will probably do shopping off stream quickly, but at the start of next stream, we'll be sure to let you guys know what we buy. So,
All the things.
thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to check out our many other shows on the channel, such as the League of Amazing Adventures on Wednesday nights. We have the Calling Chronicle on Friday nights, and then we have Tabletop Talks on Saturday nights. You know
Will's
what?
much better at this than I am.
My other friend Matt is online right now, and they're currently playing Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous.
Ooh.
It is the new CRPG that we were playing yesterday night for some fun. So, let's go say hi to them. Once again, everyone, thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye!
Stay magical, everyone.
Bye.